registered dietitian, owner of Eat Well L. Welcome to the Well In session. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about our one-on-one sessions as a judgment-free zone and why that might be important to you if you're considering nutrition therapy. A lot of my patients in the last few weeks have felt some kind of resistance to being honest with themselves, specifically about things like taking measurements. Getting on the scale or taking body measurements is not a requirement in order to be successful in a nutrition program. There are other metrics we can use to evaluate progress. They are sometimes helpful, though, if your desire is to lose weight. And to stay motivated, it can feel good to see change in the numbers and not just some of the other non-weight metrics that we might track. If you are stepping onto the scale for the first time in a while, if you have decided to take your measurements, I hope that you recognize those numbers are your baseline, and that's important because it's not so much about what number you see when you measure yourself, but I in particular worry more about the change over time. And so we are looking at how many inches did I lose, not how large is my waist. And so that is one way that in a judgment-free zone we can evaluate progress. If you take your nutrition program seriously and you give yourself time with consistency, you might regret not taking these measurements at the beginning. You'll see a change in your clothes. You might see a change in your hair, your skin, your sleep. And you might wish that you had something to compare it to on the scale or with your measurements. When you walk into appointments, it can be emotional. Just thinking about how did I get where I am now? What did it take for me to ask for help? And what is it going to take for me to accomplish this change I want to make? In sessions, it is not the job of the dietitian to judge how you got there, but it is important that we ask and answer questions honestly so that we know the why. Without knowing the why, it can be difficult to give you constructive tools on how to make change. There are so many reasons why people are in the health position that they are in. Environmental, genetic, your employment, your family, your schedule, your finances, where you live, right? There are so many reasons that you might have the habits you have. And then there are so many different reasons for why you called. So what are we really tackling? What is our number one priority? When you can be honest with yourself and honest with your dietitian about those things and trust that you're in a judgment-free zone, that is when you are going to see the breakthroughs and the biggest progress. I hope that if you're thinking about starting a nutrition program, that you are able to be honest with yourself and you're able to approach a professional in a zone of no judgment and a zone of curiosity. Trust that they're really trying to help you. They're not trying to nitpick your decisions. If you need more information about one-on-one sessions or what that looks like, feel free to go to my website, www.eatwell.com, and learn more about my premium nutrition programs or my one-on-one counseling. I wish you luck in all your health goals, and I hope this helps build you some confidence to starting the plan that you've needed to start. Bye.